From the WKYC studios, this is Go.
It's like a war zone.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Thousands are without power across Northeast Ohio as the severe weather knocked down trees and power lines.
The winds were going everywhere. The trees were flying in front of us.
The wind so strong, roofs came flying off.
It kind of got scary at a certain point.
Very scary. Good morning. It is 5 o'clock. I'm Danita Harris.
And I'm Dave Chudowski. Our crews have been out overnight gathering more video of the damage from yesterday's severe weather.
And here's what we know right now. More than 326,000 First Energy customers are without power. We have not received any updates on when it could be restored. The National Weather Service will be out today to assess the storm.
And we have team coverage of the damage. Isabel Lawrence helps us navigate around road closures. Candace Hare and David Greenberg are at some of the hardest hit areas. But first, we turn to Matt Wintz, who timed out the storm and issued the Weather Impact Alert Day.
Yeah, Dave, it was certainly a rough go of it all across northern Ohio. We had those really strong winds that came off the lake. And remember, there's not a lot of friction out over Lake Erie, so nothing is slowing those winds down. And in fact, we had 70 to 85, even 86 mile-per-hour wind gusts along the lakeshore. That, with a spring and a summer that has not had a lot of wind yet, is going to cause some damage, and it certainly did. We are much calmer today. 68 degrees right now. The number you notice is that dew point's way down. This frontal boundary, as those storms went through, brought in much, much drier air to the area. It's just downright comfortable outside. 60s area wide right now. We've got dew points that continue to come down, so still a little humidity down in our southern counties, but the bulk of us are really starting to feel pretty good right now. We do have some dense fog areas in Portage County. You saw it on that cam I showed the first shot there. Portage County areas of southern Geauga County dealing with some dense fog this morning. But the damage has been done, and it's not just for us here in Ohio, although we did get the worst out of this. But they had wind damage reports and tornado reports in Michigan all the way back towards Minnesota from the same complex of storms. Here locally, no tornadoes officially reported, but they're going to do some damage surveys today on some of that damage. The front is now east of us. We've got high pressure, still some clouds lingering around the area, but those will be slow to clear. But we'll get them out of here. And we turn our attention to the remnants of Debbie coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. We will be impacted by that. So your forecast today, there you go. Breezy day with winds out of the northeast. We'll have clouds that give way to sunshine, comfortable temperatures. Coming up in that forecast, we're going to talk exactly how this storm behaved, how it moved through northeast Ohio, and what lies ahead for the upcoming weekend. Meanwhile, busy on the roads this morning, I'm sure. We've got Isabel Lawrence covering it all.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. Things are a mess. One quick note for you. Our crews are telling us out there that people are blowing through intersections where the lights are not working. Please treat those as four-way stops. And of course, another reminder, turn around, don't drown if you see standing water. You can see a lot going on. I'm going to do my best to buzz through these for you, so stay with me here. We're going to move through them quick. Let's start in Rocky River here. Two closures for you. Hilliard Boulevard between River Oaks Road and Wager Road. That's near the golf course. And Worcester Road between Riverwood Avenue and Telbeer. That's kind of near that Whole Foods area. Also want to get here to North Olmsted. Columbia Road from Ohio 10, Lorraine Road to Brook Park Road. Fallen tree and power cables, that's pretty close to the airport there. Now Parma, very hard hit area in Parma, multiple closures there. Two I want to flag here, Fernhill Avenue from 84th Street to 94th Street, Ridgewood Drive between Westminster and Ridge Road, in addition to State Road between Ridgewood Drive and Park Drive. That's kind of near the UH there. Again, they keep coming, right? Paynesville, Fairport Nursery Road between Mantle Road and Route 2. There are many more on the east side as well. Stay with us. I'll continue tracking these for you all throughout the morning.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Terrifying moments in Parma when 3 News viewer Elisa caught this moment on her car's dash cam.
Yeah, this happened near the shops at Parma on West Ridgewood Drive. You can see the moment the power pole snaps in half, knocking out power to the area.
Very scary, man. And this morning's cell phone service we know in the area is spotty as well.
And Candace Hare joins us now live from Parma Heights. Candace, what are you seeing this morning?
Hey, good morning, Danita. Dave, I can tell you first and foremost, it is very dark out here in Parma Heights. And you mentioned the cell phone service. I actually spoke with a resident who said that cell phone service was gone for a period of time, but at least right here in this neighborhood, it seems to have come back. The big thing we're seeing as well, lots of debris that's in the roads or has been pushed to the sidewalk. And I'm not talking little branches or leaves. We're talking things like this. I mean, this stick is bigger than me. It's taller than I am. So you're talking about large pieces of debris that are still out here. I do want to give you a look behind me, and you're going to see some trees have come down in this area as well. There is caution tape up blocking a portion of the road here on Fernhurst Avenue because of the trees that have come down that are blocking portions of the road. We have seen police come through the area a couple of times and seen some residents who've been outside just still assessing the damage. But while it may be tricky to get a good look at things right now when it's dark, I want to show you what things look like right after the storm came through. You can see massive trees uprooted. Residents in the neighborhood said that the tree you're looking at right now was nearly 100 years old and the biggest tree in the yard. And when the storm moved out of the area, that and other large trees were left laying on the ground, not far from homes. And one resident says she's never seen anything like this, and she just feels grateful that the outcome wasn't worse.
We were lucky. I gotta say we were lucky because they didn't come into the house and they didn't tear down his shed and nobody got hurt. That was the main thing.
Now that tree, far from the only damage. As the light begins to come up here through the course of the morning, we'll be able to give you a closer look at what things look like right now. One thing I can tell you is that Parma Heights police, they have said on social media that crews are working throughout the course of the night in order to get debris out of the roads and make sure that people are safe. I will send it back to you, Dave.
It was an interesting drive-in for sure, seeing a lot of what you're seeing and showing us right now. All right, Candace, thank you.
All right, now let's go to our David Greenberg. He is live for us this morning from Brook Park, where the roof of the rec center was ripped off yesterday. We're going to get to David. David, what does it look like?
Yeah, Danita, I'll tell you what, we could see a lot without being able to see very much, and that's because I'm seconding what Candace was talking about. Just a couple minutes ago, we were saying it's very dark here in the Brook Park area. Driving in on Angle Road on the way in, not a lot of the houses there, it looked like they didn't have power. A lot of big tree branches were down in people's yards. They may have been in the middle of the road there that have since been pushed off, but we're here at the rec center because just yesterday they had really bad damage here. The roof was blown off. So I want to show you what that video looked like. This is from our crew's drone video from just above, and you can see that sheet metal that had just been ripped off. It had flown hundreds of feet into the parking lot. Crews were out here yesterday cleaning up some of that stuff. And, I went on social media just to kind of get a scan of what I was looking at. Some of the stuff we can't show you on air, but, just taking a look back at what there was yesterday. And I saw a video of some people that were inside the rec center taking shelter in the basement at the time. And you just have to imagine how scary it must have been for them yesterday to be in the building, hearing that sheet metal being ripped off of the roof and flown hundreds of feet away. And, we saw cars in the parking lot yesterday. So definitely a lot of damage here in this area. And there is one thing that I want to show you, but we're not going to be able to do it right now. It's just a bit too dark, so please stay tuned for that. But we're right next to the baseball fields, and the bleachers have flown into the field. So hopefully when the sun comes up, we'll be able to show you that. Danita?
Always in these stories, when the sun rises, you can really see how much damage the storm did. All right, David, thank you very much. We want you to check this out. New overnight from Euclid. You're going to look at the intersection here of East 208th Street and Edgecliff. This is where the intersection is now blocked by a downed tree and power lines. According to First Energy's website, 10,000 residents are without power in Euclid right now.
All right, we're going to bring Matt back in, and so many communities throughout Northeast Ohio are feeling the impacts of those severe storms. Can you recap exactly what happened for us?
Yeah, Dave, yesterday morning we were watching some storms pop on radar, but remember, we were tracking that big area of rain and storms out of Michigan, and we were highlighting the potential for that to develop as we went throughout the morning. So here you go. Here were the pops early, but here's the complex of storms. We had some daytime heating, and that line got going. And whenever we have a line segment that forms out over the lake, remember the lake is frictionless. It doesn't have hills and trees and buildings to slow that wind down. So as that wind came pouring in, we saw all sorts of gusts start to develop once it was offshore. And once it came in, it slammed with strong winds, and it went all the way inland as well. And they also got rocked out in Erie and Huron County as well. But the instability grew yesterday. We had temperatures that this was heading into that were in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. It was just fuel for that fire, so to speak. Look at the wind damage damage reports. I put them all on here just to show how many there were. Too many to cover, but if we were to count them, we can. 236 wind damage reports all across the Great Lakes. Some of the notable wind gusts, 86 miles per hour in Bracknell, 79 at Burke Lakefront Airport. That is over hurricane gusts. Just amazing gusts came in, and a lot of the trees and the limbs were weak because we haven't had a lot of wind. Wind helps to prune the trees, right? And it certainly did across Northeast Ohio. We're much drier now. We turn our attention to the remnants of Debbie down towards the south, and as I mentioned, we have a beautiful day today. We need it for cleanup, and we also need low, comfortable temperatures for those without AC and without power, and we've got that today, thank goodness.
Yeah, Matt, it's a day we won't forget for a while. I'll tell you that. All right, thank you. We'll provide updates for you throughout the morning here on Go. You can also check out our website, wkyc.com, for the very latest.